Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we are doing something super exciting. We're completely transforming your approach to artificial intelligence. Look, if you've ever felt like you're just kind of guessing, typing random things into a chat box and crossing your fingers for a good result, you're definitely not alone. But today, we're ditching that guessing game for a highly systematic, high-leverage workflow. We've pulled together the absolute best strategies from productivity experts to give you a seriously actionable roadmap.
So let's address the elephant in the room. Why does 90% of AI-generated content sound exactly the same? It's a frustration we all share, right? Well, the reason you're getting generic, uninspired, and, let's be honest, boring results is because you're essentially forcing the AI to read your mind. Vague instructions get vague answers. Without specific constraints, the AI just defaults to the most average, predictable response possible.
But all of that changes right now. When you stop treating AI like it's just a glorified search engine and start using the curated cheat codes we're going to cover today, the impact is actually mind-blowing. We've distilled hundreds of expert tactics down to 15 incredibly powerful prompts. If you actually implement these, you can save an incredible 10 to 15 hours every single week. I mean, that's more than a full working day given back to you just by changing how you ask questions.
All right, here's our game plan for today. We'll start with the anatomy of a perfect prompt, move into daily execution, master professional communication, tackle high-level strategic thinking, and finally wrap up with some advanced AI prompt hacks. Let's dive right in.
Section 1. Anatomy of a perfect prompt. Let's lay the groundwork.
So, every incredible prompt uses this universal four-part formula. It's simple, but you gotta stick to it. First, the role. Tell the AI exactly who to act as, like a senior marketing manager. Second is the task. State one clear, unmistakable goal. Third is context. Give it the rich details and constraints that really elevate the quality. And fourth, this is honestly the biggest quality lever, format. You absolutely must dictate exactly how you want the output structured. Tell it to give you a table, bullet points, or keep it under 120 words.
Check out the difference here. Just saying write an email is a weak prompt. It's going to give you that generic fluff we talked about. But look at the alternative. Act as a marketer, write 5 ad variations about our new product and return it as a table. Boom! You've got a role, a task, context, and a format. That structured prompt immediately hands you usable results you can plug straight into your workflow.
Moving right along to Section 2, Prompts for Daily Execution. This is all about taking back your time. Our first prompt is the Eisenhower matrix. Seriously, instead of staring at a massive, overwhelming to-do list, just feed it to the AI. It'll output a clean sorting of what you should do first, schedule, delegate, or totally eliminate. Oh, and here's a pro tip. Ask it to include a column for its reasoning. That way, you understand exactly why it prioritized the task into a specific quadrant.
Next up, prompts 2 and 3. These are fantastic for tightening your feedback loops. Prompt 2 is the Today plan. It takes your tasks, creates time blocks, and, this is the cool part, it forces the AI to build a risk buffer. It identifies what could actually delay you today and how to prevent it. Then there's prompt 3, the weekly review. You just dump your messy notes from the week in there and it summarizes what worked, extracts 3 clear lessons, and gives you one single KPI to track for next week.
All right, Section 3, Mastering Professional Communication. Let's clean up that inbox and streamline how you talk to people.
Okay, you might want to screenshot this one. Prompt number 4 is an absolute lifesaver. It's the explain like I'm smart prompt. You know how when you ask AI to explain something, it sometimes talks to you like a toddler? Like, imagine a balloon. Yeah, we're skipping that. This prompt respects your intelligence. It tells the AI, hey, I'm smart, I just don't know the jargon. And it asks for analogies based on a field you actually know. It makes highly technical stuff instantly accessible, completely skipping the fluff.
Prompts 5, 6, and 7 are basically your communication cheat codes. Prompt 5 lets you role-play a difficult conversation before you actually have it. You can practice with a virtual colleague to anticipate their objections. Prompt 6 instantly rewrites your drafts to adjust the tone, so you sound confident and professional, not accidentally aggressive. And Prompt 7 is the email speedrun. By using hyper-specific instructions for your daily drafting, people literally report saving up to 5 hours a week just on managing their inbox.
Section 4, high-level strategic thinking. We're transitioning from just executing tasks to actual high-level problem solving.
So Prompt 8 is based on this brilliant old programming concept called the rubber duck. The original idea was that programmers would explain their code to a toy duck just to find bugs. But here, the duck actually talks back. You use the AI as a sounding board. Just brain dump your half-formed, messy ideas and ask it to organize, challenge, or build on them. It totally replaces the need to find an empty room and a willing colleague just to talk through your thoughts.
Moving on to prompts 9, 10, and 11. With prompt 9, you can structure really messy choices by asking the AI to build a decision matrix that weights criteria and spots your hidden assumptions. Prompt 10 is amazing for catching your own blind spots. Just paste in your finished plan and ask, "What am I missing?" to find the gaps and the biggest risks. And finally, prompt 11 uses second-order thinking. It asks the AI to chain the consequences of a decision 3 to 4 steps ahead, which reveals non-obvious outcomes you probably didn't see coming.
And finally, Section 5, Advanced AI Prompt Hacks. We've reached the elite level output.
Prompt 12 is the prompt chain, and honestly, this is a huge paradigm shift for a lot of people. The secret is realizing you shouldn't cram everything into one enormous prompt. Think about it, you wouldn't throw every raw ingredient into a pot at once and expect a Michelin star meal, right? You prep, you layer, you build. The prompt chain means breaking work into a sequence, where the output of step 1 becomes the context for step 2. The quality just compounds beautifully.
Prompt 13 is reverse prompting. This one is wild. It turns the AI into a pattern recognition machine. Instead of guessing how to ask for a specific tone or structure, you just feed the AI a finished piece of content that you already love. Then you simply ask, what prompt would generate content exactly like this? The AI reverse engineers the whole thing, analyzes the pacing and tone, and hands you the perfect prompts to use next time.
Rounding out our 15 cheat codes are prompts 14 and 15, which are all about building long-term leverage. Prompt 14 is template generation. Instead of writing one-off prompts every single day, ask the AI to build you a reusable template with bracketed placeholders. You build it once, use it 50 times. That is true leverage. And prompt 15, the Explain My Options prompt, mandates that the AI lays out your options with their specific trade-offs, rather than letting the machine make the final decision for you.
Which perfectly brings us to our final and probably most important takeaway today. As these 15 prompts shift us from being simple task executors to high-level editors and strategists, always remember the golden rule. The AI does the analysis, but you keep the judgment. The AI can process the data, highlight the risks, and structure the emails, but the final call, the empathy, the actual strategic direction, that must always be yours. So think about it. What are you going to do with all that saved time and sharper judgment? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy prompting.